GMA, ABC, TV, and it was posted on August 14, 2025. So let's take a listen.
Dr. Tara Narula is back to help you learn how to invest your health the same way a CEO invests in their company. And today it's all about how to follow up and follow through on your doctor's orders. And that's what is so very, very important, because we got to break down. Okay, so we've got everybody before, we've got them in. Now, what do they need to do before they leave that appointment?
Yeah, so how do we execute on what we've just heard in the doctor's office? So before you even leave the doctor's office, a great thing to do is when you're at the checkout desk, get an after summary of your visit. Some places will actually print out this in a nice printed fashion, but you can also have your doctor write it. You want to know what are the medication changes that have just been made, the dosages, the timing, which med should I be getting rid of, what lab tests might I need in the future, and let me get those lab slips, what imaging tests, where should I be going for the imaging, and what referrals, and it can be all nicely written down. If you are ordered for a test, an imaging test, you also want to ask about insurance authorization. A lot of times that takes a few days or a week, and you want to know when might I hear back, and where should I go get this test done? Some doctors will have a preference for where you get the imaging test done. It's also helpful to find a point person in the office. I have a lot of patients say, I don't know who to talk to when I call back. Who can I talk to that can get me to you? So ask before you leave, who is the right person for my doctor that I can reach if I call the office? You want to have that connection.
Well, that's a good. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned a lot about labs and imaging and all that. So you have the labs done, you have the imaging, then you got to wait. You got to wait for these results. So what's your advice there?
And we've all been patients. This is one of the most stressful times when you're sitting there waiting, wondering, what did my lab show? What did my imaging show? So you want to ask, how soon will I hear back from you? Will I hear in 24, 48 hours about my labs? What about the imaging? You want to know who will be reaching out to you. Will it be a nurse practitioner, a PA, or the doctor themselves? How do I connect with the doctor? What is normal, abnormal? You want to go through that. And you want to know, am I just going to be hearing about normal results, or will I be hearing about abnormal results? And then, Robin, really important is get a copy of your results. So many things in medicine are about trends, seeing things over time. And so, for example, if you have anemia or low blood count, that's something that we would see maybe year after year. And I see a lot of patients where I'll look at their labs and I'll say, did you know that you were anemic for the last 4 years? And they'll say, I had no idea. Nobody pointed it out. Well, guess what? If you have a copy of your own labs, you're going to see that trend. You're going to see your kidney function. Another important thing, a lot of times you get ordered for an imaging test, let's say a CAT scan of your belly, and they're looking at one thing, but there are incidental findings. And so often, again, I will see a report and say, did they tell you that you had a nodule on your adrenal gland? Oh, no, I didn't know that, right? If you have the report in your own hands and you're reading it, you're going to see everything that the radiologist saw. And then you can be empowered to say, you know what, maybe I should have this evaluated or worked up. Keep records of your labs and your imaging. So important.
This is all such vital information, and people are really responding and very grateful for this breakdown. So let's put the bottom line here. How do you set yourself up for long-term success?
Okay, well, every CEO is organized. You have to be organized about your healthcare, right? So you got to keep good records. You got to keep your medications where you're actually going to take them. And you have to keep a record of how you're doing on your medications. If, for example, a doctor prescribes something and you stop taking it, let them know. Don't just stop it, right? Because maybe they can give you something else in its place that's going to work better. You also want to take care of the things that maybe aren't written down on a prescription pad. So diet, sleep, stress, mental health. Those are really important. Your doctor's not going to write that down for you, but that's going to be part of how you keep yourself healthy. Preventive screenings, so critically important. Make sure you're on top of when you should be getting your colonoscopy, your mammograms, your pap smears, all of that. Make those follow-up appointments. How are you going to be held accountable? Well, if you know I have an appointment in 6 months or in a year. And also give yourself a little bit of grace if you don't achieve all the goals. I see a lot of patients say to me, I didn't want to come back because I didn't lose all the weight I should have lost, and I was afraid. And I said, of course, don't worry. We want to see you. You don't have to meet every single mark, right? But keep your follow-ups. It's so important.
I wish we had this conversation back when there was a medication that I stopped taking. Wow, it really put me in harm's way. And my doctor said, why didn't you tell me? We could prescribe something different for you.
That's right. Communication is so important. That's where that relationship is so valuable.
Right. But now our viewers have a relationship with you. I love that. Dr. Tara Narula. You can scan the QR code on your screen to get Dr. Narula's checklist for being an advocate for yourself. Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Tara Narula is back.
Well, what a great advice from Dr. Narula. I happen to know that even with the vaccination, you can always ask for a copy of your records of vaccination. And I think it's very important to have all the results and records in your own hand so that anytime you want to know what's going on with your medical condition, then you can go back to review your medical history, which you have it in your hand. I think it's very important that everybody need to know this, don't you think?
Absolutely, Nakru. This is very important information for English speaking individuals. And also, this day and age, all healthcare systems have their patients set up what they call a patient portal. So you have access to all of your record in there, and your past appointment, your future appointment, and any appointment that's coming up, any blood work result, and you can look at it. If you don't understand, you can send a communication note to your doctor, he or she will respond, or so it's very good way to communicate with your doctor when you establish your patient portal. But if you don't have that, always ask for a copy of your visit for the day and the record for the visit for the day, and keep it in a folder, a file where you can refer back to. And like Dr. Narola and you had mentioned, Nekru, is to have it print and just have it in that file where you can refer back to. So, but the most easy way is if you speak English and you can navigate technology, it's better to set up a patient portal. But if you are bilingual, English is your second language, and when you depend on an interpreter at your medical appointment and things like that, those reports don't have your language. It will always be in English. But
the patient portal, I think it works very well with those who are technology forte.
Savvy.
Yes, savvy. But for those who, like the elderly people, like you said, who don't speak English, who don't read English, especially in our community, patient portal doesn't work well with them. I personally would want to go with the old-fashioned way, getting a hard copy results, getting a hard copy of your medical records, and then put it in a file. And anytime you want to take a look at it, you don't have to wait to get the internet or to get the electricity. You can always look at it anytime you want. Anyway, we have to get on to our next topic. And as you know, things are still happening in Cambodia border, Cambodia and Thailand border. So let us take a look right now. Posted by Kevin Smith on September 17. And what he described in here is exactly true. So let's just listen first.
There are 27 victims, Cambodian civilians, including monks and journalists, that were shot with rubber bullets, fired on with tear gas. LRADs deployed to get their hearing. LRADs are nasty. They can make you dizzy, cause nosebleeds, cause disorientation. It's cruel. Absolutely cruel. When are the UN going to get involved and knock Thailand down? It's not good enough what they're doing, which is nothing. What do Cambodia need to do to get the world's attention? What are they supposed to do in this situation? Just stand there and watch Thailand kick civilians out of their homes? Just watch and stand by and wait whilst they fire rubber bullets and tear gas into crowds of Cambodian citizens, shooting monks and journalists? Journalists wear press passes for a reason. They're no-go areas. As soon as you start shooting at the press, you're taking the voice of the world away, not just a country, the entire world. Freedom of the press is one of the most important human rights we all have. The ability to speak what we need to speak, even if we're wrong. That's why we don't shut people down completely in the comments, because they've got freedom of speech too. They're supposed to have, but they don't in Thailand now, do they? Today is disgusting. So the IoT team have now shown up to inspect the site and look at what's been going on. There's reports that there are
I happen to agree with Kevin Smith totally, because if they shoot at the press, it means that they are shutting up our voice. And the press are there, or the journalists are there, to take the facts, the truth of what was going on. And as we know, up to the end of last week, there were 27 victims identified. And that was because of Thai soldiers shooting rubber bullets and spraying tear gas to the monks, to the villagers, and to the journalists. This is just outrageous. I just cannot believe when will Thai soldiers or Thailand stop disturbing the villagers' life?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, Nekru, but I'm glad that a foreigner like Mr. Kevin Smith is coming out and report this and share this information with the rest of the world. Because if the Cambodian are sharing the same information, they are being accused of making informations up. So I'm glad a foreigner like Mr. Kevin Smith is sharing the situation in Cambodia and using the situation as a Cambodian voice to share with the rest of the world. Thank you so much, Nekru. This is a very tough situation, and it's not settling yet, as we all know. And we'll continue to keep our eyes open and observing on the upcoming and ongoing situation, and we'll be continuing to bring those updates to our community. Next, we'd like to also highlight on a Thai soldiers caused Khmer villagers badly injured, which is a similar information shared by Mr. Kevin Smith, but this one is reported by Radio Free Asia on September 17, 2025. And we do have a video, Nekru, on that.
Yes, so let's take a look at it.
Yes, let's take a look at the situation by the Cambodian-Thai border at Preychan village at O Baichuan district in Preh Vihear province.
Declared a ceasefire to end 5 days of fighting in July. Thai security forces fired tear gas and rubber bullets as they clashed with Cambodian protesters in a disputed border area. It's the most significant escalation since they declared a ceasefire to end 5 days of fighting in July. Cambodian officials say more than 24 were injured in the clash, which took place in an area which Thailand says is part of Sakao province, but Cambodia says is part of Banteay Meanchey province. Cambodia said that Thai forces used violence to suppress unarmed Cambodian civilians and monks who were protesting peacefully against what they say is continued Thai encroachment into Cambodian territory. The Thai army described the situation as a Cambodian mob encroaching on Thai territory, obstructing operations and destroying official property, a provocation and an intentional violation of their ceasefire agreement. In late July, Thailand and Cambodia engaged in 5 days of combat that killed dozens of people and displaced more than 260,000. The two countries agreed on a ceasefire only after mediation by Malaysia and pressure from U.S. President Donald Trump.
How are we doing with Cambodia, and how are we doing with Thailand?
Who threatened to withhold trade privileges unless they agreed on a truce. Thai security forces fired tear gas and rubber.
Well, to answer that question, how are we doing with Cambodia and how are we doing with Thailand? We're not doing well at all. Thailand and Cambodia are still fighting because of the Thai soldiers' aggression. And as you can see in this video, they shoot the rubber bullets and spraying the tear gas to harm innocent people, innocent villagers who are living on the Cambodia's land, which I feel that it's just so not right. Why are they keep doing it? I'm asking Thai soldiers now, why do they want war?
The audacity in Nekru is that they invade the Cambodian soil and they accuse the Cambodian villager of attacking their military and police force and set up an encroachment, meaning, all of this barrier to prevent them to get into this territory. In fact, it's the other way around when Thai is the one who abuse the ceasefire agreement and keep destroying the Cambodian villagers' home and accuse them of living in the Thai soil. And the only way to settle it is, Nekru, is to refer back to the map, that had been agreed upon by the ICJ from even back to the 1950 or 60. And if we refer to those original maps, then we will know, Thailand will know, Cambodia will know which territory belong to which nation. So that's the only way to settle it, is to take it to the International Court of Justice, refer back to all the map, um, that divide the frontier between the two nations.
Very well said, Nekru. And last week, I also was talking about one of the Thai former Minister of Defense. He was a minister during 1977, and he came out during the press conference saying that those lands belong to Cambodia. And the fact that the governor of Thai, of Srakaew's province, saying that he's going to give the title deed to the Thai people to take the land along that border. The former minister of Thai was saying that was wrong because those areas belong to Cambodia. And this is what the minister of defense of Thai was saying. He admitted that Thai people or Thai soldiers are definitely wrong by invading Cambodia's land. And I did show that video last week, which now it's all over social medias like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. So now I'm asking the Cambodian government, like Kevin Smith was asking, are you just standing by there watching the Thai soldiers suppressing the Cambodian villagers, journalists, and the monks? Or are you going to do something about it? I also asking the UN, have you done enough to prevent this from happening? As you can see on the screen right there, the people at that area are very suffering right now.
Yes, and if you see them fight back, because they fight back to protect their home, their family, and their community. They can't just allow the Thai force to take over their home and stand back and watch their home being taken and destroyed. It has been destroyed enough since July, late July, and throughout August, Nekru. And people had enough. They had to fight back to protect their home, their land, their community.
Voice of Khmer Americans, known as VOCA, live streamed on Comcast Cable every Monday at 6 to 7 p.m. on Channel 8 for VOCA English language program, and on www.ltc.org/on-demand/CH26 for VOCA Khmer version from 7 to 8 p.m. It'll be replayed at 2 p.m. on Wednesday and Friday. Also, you can watch it again online at www.youtube.com/@2010VOCA or www.lintv.org on Tuesday at 9 p.m. and Thursday at 7 a.m. or live on Comcast Cable at the same time and the same date on Channel 3 and Verizon Channel 38. Here is our contact number, 617-461-9335. for live chat or leave a message. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. We welcome any feedback and constructive criticism. As always, we thank you for watching and supporting our volunteers in serving our community for the better future. And now we're getting into our second segment, which is heritage, culture, and education.
bằng thay ân miền ơi bài vang chỉ rò bằng thay mẹ bạn có sáng nông tâm Puchi.
So I would like to translate the songs for you. First of all, this song is called Prasat Pravihir. It's written by Bhikkhu Vinyataro Mahayin Nguyen and produced by Lokuru Jaksamnang, sung by Mr. Botri Tuj, also known as Pavane. The music is by Tep Butumwong Panpiet Orchestra. Production is by Samdak Buddha J. Moni Kim Son and monks of Wat Butomatay. The financial support is by Bhikkhu Vinayatoro Mahayin Nguyen, President of the Buddhist Association for the Rescue of Cambodia. The film and edited by Ranit Aik team. The sound engineering by Samat Piti Utlam, and the meaning of the song goes as follows. Pravihir Temple is a Khmer temple. Pravihir Temple is a Khmer heritage. There's no way Thai could claim it. Khmer built it in Cambodia's soil. Khmer men and women remember every day that Khmer built it in the 9th century. This is undisputed evidence. At that time, there was no Thai nation, only the land of the Khmer Empire. Our history, as evidence, has not lied and recorded in the Lae city as evidence for the protection of Khmer nation. So all Cambodians, monks and lay people must all be loyal and sincere in helping, taking care, and protecting the Khmer Heritage Temple of UNESCO, the World Heritage. And don't let the Siam change it so that our younger generation can prosper from it. And here's this part. It is my saying that I would like to express my gratitude and thanks to Samdak, the teachers, the producers, the supporters, everybody in the orchestra, and all the teams for their support to make this classical music happen. May you be blessed with success and all kinds of happiness. Thank you very much to Pavane, Aka Butritu, for coming to sing even though you are not feeling very well. You did a very good job and handsomely presented to our audience. We are forever grateful to you and your orchestra performance and commitment to preserve our ancient classical, traditional, cultural music and costume. We wish you all the best in your endeavor. And now I would like our viewers to listen a little bit more of the last part of the song.
Mà ra tôi chôm pre song pro khai mà ra tôi chôm pre song pro trời miên chất mong nộp kiaជួយថាត្រូវមានចិត្តស្មងអើយនាំគ្នាជួយថាកា ពារប្រាសាទអើយព្រះវិហារកែខ្មែរការពារប្រាសាទអើយព្រះវិហារកែខ្មែរកុំអើយកែប្រែបានដល់ដៃសៀមកុំអើយកែប្រែបានដល់ដៃសៀម
I am so amazed with these youngsters, Nekru. It's just like they are so devoted to the Cambodian classical music, and this instrument is not easy to play.
Yes, and the vocalist is also amazing. And as we can all see, they are young men. The orchestra
he has a very good voice, doesn't he?
Yes.
And of course, let alone being very handsome too.
yes, Nekru. But I'm impressed with their commitment as a new generation to this traditional music and instrument that they all compose so beautifully. Yeah.
I'm just so impressed with the young gentleman in the back, right here.
Right here.
Yes, he's playing what we call the long hand guitar. This is very traditional guitar playing way back in probably 15th or 16th century, Nekru.
Yeah. And Khmer, what do we call it? Chapai, Nekru?
Chapai Dong Weng.
Chapai Dong Weng, yeah. And yeah, to see a young man his age manage and compose it so nicely, it's amazing.
So I'm hopeful that in the future we're going to have young generation of Cambodian nationalists who is now trying to preserve Cambodian culture and fine art through music. This is just wonderful. There's no words to describe it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm going to have to pass the stage to you so that you can present your education on how the Cambodian seniors make transition to
the high school seniors, Nekru.
The high school seniors in Cambodia make the transition to the college in America. So here you go.
Can you give me a permission to share? Okay.
Yes. I'm going to stop sharing first, and now you can start.
Can you see my screen, Nekru?
Unfortunately, no. I could see your name. Okay. I guess you have to unblock your video. There you go. Now I can see it. 12th grade fall semester. But would this be also a good information for Cambodian seniors in Cambodia who try to come to America to go to American college?
Well, the requirement for the international student is different, and they have a different system in Cambodia. But for the American system, it's the same thing. You know, by November, December is the latest. The student who are in senior year or 12th grade should get all of the application ready to be submitted, personal statement to be submitted, and any supplemental essay to be submitted along with the application. And the good thing about this day and age is that you can be in Cambodia for as long as you have money to come to America and study. You can start applying and submitting as an international student. So the requirement is the same thing as the U.S. Senior in high school. But for students in Cambodia, there is an extra step that they have to do, which is to apply for student visa to come and study in the US. And you have to work it through the US ambassador in Cambodia. I believe the US ambassador in Cambodia is based in Phnom Penh. So you can check out their website, review the requirement for the international student, what you need to do to follow through the requirement on time and to meet deadline. That means you have to get all of the legal information completed, information on the school that you apply to completed, so that they have some idea of the location where you would be in the US that you like to consider and come and study. And at the final process where you are being interviewed before you are given the visa to come to the United States as an international student to study, you will be asked which school you are committed to, and the school's informations and the administration's contacts and all of those things, and letter of acceptance and all of that. So that's what will happen with the international student in Cambodia who want to come and study in America. And you might as well want to check with the US Embassy in Phnom Penh to see the international student legality coming in as a student, as an immigrant to study from Cambodia, because recently there has been a US law just block Cambodia's right to visit. I'm not sure they may block a right for international students from Cambodia to study in the US as well. And this law is just amended last week. So you will need to speak to the US ambassador and consulate in Cambodia based in Phnom Penh. So there's a lot of work to do legally when you have to obtain a student's visa to come and study abroad. Okay, and that's what you need to do. And if you are English is your second language in the US, students are required to do a standardized test based on the school that you apply to. Sometimes they want you to take a standardized test such as ACT or SAT, but at the school it's optional. And if it is optional, you don't have to do the test. But I believe as a foreign student and English is your second language and not a native language, you are required to do a test called a standardized test called TOEFL test. TOEFL test is just to make sure you have enough English skill and other subject requirements such as mathematics, biology, chemistry, science. So they look at mathematics, science, and your language skill. So TOEFL will provide that kind of answer for the colleges in America to see if you have enough academic skill and language skill to compete in the US college or university. So make sure you complete the TOEFL test exam. And if you don't know where to go to complete those tests or where the sites are that offer that kind of test, in-person test, you can also reach out to the US Embassy's office, and they will be able to direct you because, they have their special department, for example, agricultural educations and, civic education or whatever else. They will direct you to the right center to complete those tests on time. And if you haven't done it yet, you should do it now because most applications will be due by November 1st or, mid-December. And they would provide a decision by January or February, the latest. So if you haven't taken a TOEFL test and you want to apply to a university and college in the US, start now. And if you don't...
Then, Guru, who's providing the test? Would they be able to get it at the US Embassy?
No, not at the U.S. Embassy, but I believe there is a test center that is being managed by a local or international study program that they can contact. I mean, you can also Google and search it up yourself as well. But if you don't want to do the extra work, just reach out to the embassy and they will be able to provide you the answer right away. Just email them and someone will get back to you. So don't wait to make that connection. Good question, Nekru. Yeah, no, U.S. Embassy, they don't facilitate the test center. And
But
yeah.
I know in Cambodia there are plenty of international school that
Yes.
would go side by side with the American school in America, and they should know what to do also, right?
Exactly. And if the students are already in the international school program system, they should receive all of those information from the school already. So
If I were the teacher at that school, I would know how to prepare the students who have dreaming to come to study over the United States.
Yes, they have the resource
It should be in their system already because the international school program in Cambodia is very expensive. They charge the students quite a bit.
Yeah, they should have their resource center at the school where students can access. You are absolutely correct about that. But it's depending on the school as well. But just in case, if you don't know where to locate the test center, just email the embassy and they can direct you, or speak to the guidance counselor at your school or whatever the person's position may be referred to at the local international school in Cambodia. Yeah, they should have a list of resources already. I never work directly with the school system in Cambodia, so I don't know how they prepare their student. I just know from the immigration-based requirement for international student what you need to do to prepare for yourself.
That is a wonderful information, Nekrudiya. And I personally would like to thank you because I have a student from Cambodia did approach me and ask me all about that. And I told him that, you know what, we have an expert in college educational on our TV. So if you want, you just have to, you want to know, you just have to wait until Monday to watch our show.
Well, that's great. So, yeah, I hope the student will be able to access some good information through this discussion. And like you said, Nekru, like you had mentioned, each of the international school should have a list of testing center and preparing their student of what they need to do legally as an international student to get themselves prepared for their study, abroad, not just in the US, but in any other country as well. And each country have different immigration law and requirement. So it's good to reach out to the embassy from those countries that the student considered applying to and to study. Yeah. But I think there's always a test that require the country's language and knowledge before the college and university would open up to accepting the student because they want to see the student be successful